Over the last 3 months, we have released commentary tracks on patreon.com/prettymuchit for Squid Game Season 2, The Librarian, Quest for the Spear, The Librarian, Return to King Solomon's Mines, The Librarian, Curse of the Judas Chalice, Goosebumps, the Disney Plus version, Season 2, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Poltergeist, Minority Report, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, The Recruit Season 2, Culpa Mia, Culpa 2, You Wicked, and Invincible Season 3. We've also released videos here on youtube.com/prettymuchit for He's All That, Amphad, All My Friends Are Dead, The Truth About Emmanuel, Camp Rock, and Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam, The Librarian Trilogy, Culpa Mia, Princess Protection Program, Getting There, it's a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, Dr. Odyssey, Season 1, Episode 6 specifically, Invincible Season 2, Part 2, and Twisters. Hi, I'm Eric, and welcome to In Case You Missed It. You see that it is like from Pretty Much It. This is a new idea that I had, and it's in 3 parts. Part 1, I just did. It's listing all the commentary tracks that came out over the last few months. Part 2 is sharing funny clips from those commentary tracks with you as selected by our folks over on Patreon. And Part 3 is asking you guys if you think any of these commentary tracks should get highlight videos, because not all of our commentary tracks do. So this is an idea I had for a video just because, well, I quite frankly don't think I'm very good at making it clear to people like you here on YouTube, basically anyone that's not on our Patreon, what commentary tracks we've released recently. But also, I don't know if I'm very good at making it clear to anyone that's not on our Patreon what we actually do. So the goal of this is to make it clear what commentary tracks we've released, really make it clear what the commentary tracks actually are, because they're not reactions. We'll get to that in a second. And also, of course, try to get more people over on our Patreon. And I will say, that doesn't mean you have to pay any money. You can sign up for free. We release free commentary tracks every week. More than that, technically, it's when our commentary tracks turn 10 years old. We've been doing this for a long time. We make them free. And then also the first episode of any series we do, we make it free. So like recently, Invincible Season 3. First episode is up for free. Patreon is the only platform where we post something and you see it. Guaranteed. YouTube decides what you see. Instagram decides what you see. Twitter, we're off of. Doesn't matter. Facebook, we left years ago. But Patreon, if we post something, you see it. So obviously that is my preferred place to be posting things, and that is where all of our shit lives. Our commentary tracks are our main thing. They're all over on Patreon. In fact, I actually looked up what number commentary track we're up to now. So this quarter, the last 3 months, if you're doing math at home, we released commentary tracks 1,216 through 1,248. Now, if you are keeping track, we have not released 1,200 highlight videos. That's because most of our commentary tracks don't get highlight videos. Not because the commentary tracks aren't great, they're all great, but because not every commentary track warrants a highlight video on YouTube. I mean, like, we just watched The Recruit Season 2. You ever even heard of that show? Doesn't matter. It's canceled. But it's a Noah Centineo show. It's terrible. The commentary tracks are gold. They're fan favorites instantly. It's me and Jake just goofing around, making each other laugh for hours and hours. And there's some really funny shit in there that you'll never see unless you listen to the full commentary track. And here's the thing. I don't know if you know what these commentary tracks are. I think you might think they're reactions. They're not. Nothing against reactions, but reactions to me are more like paying attention to what you're watching and reacting to it. And we borderline ignore what we're watching half the time. It's really more like comedy podcasts inspired by whatever we're watching. Like, we'll just ignore the movie or the show and go off on a funny bit, a whole tangent. If it's funny, who gives a shit? Kind of feels like reactions, you're only going to watch them if you like the thing that's being watched. But for our commentary tracks, like, a lot of people just don't even sync up our commentary tracks with the movie or show, and they just listen while they're driving because they're just funny. It's just a couple hours of laughs. So that brings us to part 2, which is clips from these commentary tracks. I asked on Patreon for people to go back over the last few months and try to remember what were your favorite moments from commentary tracks that will probably not get highlight videos. And we got a good list here. I will say, again, I'm asking people to think backwards. Going forward, people will be able to know in the moment, you know, this should go in the quarterly video. This absolutely is a good moment. So this is going to be maybe a little bit more sparse. I think I could probably get together like a top 10 or something going forward. But I'm curious what you think of this idea in general, so please weigh in, let me know. Without further ado, let's get to these clips. So first up is Minority Report. Great movie. If you've never seen it, super fun. We do a thing on our Patreon called Spielberg, which, as you can probably guess, is we watch Spielberg movies through the month of February. One of them is Minority Report. Doesn't feel like it needs a highlight video. We also did like Poltergeist. Doesn't feel like it needs a highlight video, but they're great tracks. This is one of the most fun tracks we've done in a while. It's me and Miles, and this clip, the first one up, is, I think, very funny. It's me sort of dreaming about eating cereal in a very cool way. By the way, what he just did was like, when I was a kid, I always was like, I can't wait to be an adult and cool and eat out of cereal box like this.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there yet, though. I've never done that.
Why not? You can't. Eric, you're like a business owner.
It also
buy a box of cereal. Excuse me. Buy a box of cereal, go to the parking lot and have it.
Okay, but like this?
Why not?
Why don't you'd have it with milk?
Then don't have that dream, right?
This next clip is less funny and more, I love when something in a movie happens that just gets us so fucking hyped. I have a lot of people reach out to me about the moment in the Mission Impossible track when I was just screaming, I love movies, because it was so incredible. And this is one of those moments, a plot twist just slaps us out of nowhere. And I'll do my best, I guess, to hide the twist itself. Maybe I'll mute a part of it, but enjoy.
What?
Wait, what?
That's what I thought. Yes.
Wait, what?
It's.
Oh, so wait. This isn't.
That's right.
So it's not as obvious as it seems. It was.
What a great twist.
I'm just complaining. I'm like, it's a little on the nose.
No, right. If I acted like right, that's exactly right. Oh, that's so good, dude. I'm
literally crying. Look at me. I'm amazing.
That's a fucking great.
So shit like that, I think, would do really well on YouTube, but I don't know that a full video is necessary. And I'll probably post shorts from this video, so maybe those will do well as YouTube shorts, maybe on Instagram as well. Next up is The Recruit. As I mentioned, terrible show, but very, very funny commentary tracks, especially this bit that was suggested, where I come up with an interesting way to meet your hero if your hero happens to be the legal eagle.
But you're not a hero. You're a lawyer.
He looks at the camera and he goes, why is this a show?
Yeah, right. He's also reminding us, you're a lawyer. You walk in.
You don't need any legal team. You need the legal eagle team.
You need... Talk about a not scalable business, by the way. Every time I see that, I think about it. He's like, hire my team. And I'm like, who's your team?
I literally look around. I'm like, what do I need? Me?
Makes me want to get in trouble. I want to meet you. Oh my God. That's a video idea. Holy shit.
I hired the legal eagle team to meet legal eagle.
I robbed a bank to meet the legal eagle guy. Holy shit.
No, I like it for like a pettier crime. Like I stole my mom's car to meet the illegal.
I'm suing my friend. Your best friend is suing you for $600 million. In this clip here, I'm only including it because Rodney asked me to on Patreon. It's Rodney's favorite bit. It's us coming up with the name for Noah Centinio's signature move.
It doesn't help that he's trespassing and he looks like a zombie. Like it's not gonna.
It's scary.
Yeah, he's like walking around like.
He's walking around.
Look at him.
He's walking
warm
like,
body's looking at.
He's walking. He's walking around like he pissed himself in the middle of the night.
Oh, his famous move.
His classic. He bumped into the
door. The recruit shoulder. He's literally shoulder people.
He gave him the recruit shoulder. So that's for Rodney, maybe nobody else. You're welcome, Rodney, and thank you for submitting the clip. The next one is the Librarian Curse of the Judas Chalice. Now, this is interesting, because you might be thinking to yourself, didn't you make a highlight video for the Librarian movies? And that's true, but not everything makes it into the highlight videos. And obviously, you know, there's an element of like, well, if we give you all the good stuff, what are you paying for? Yeah, that's how the business works, obviously. But more importantly, when it comes to our highlight videos, I like to focus on a narrative. You know, I don't just throw in all the clips. In this case, actually, Octavian edited this one. He always crushes it. But, you know, he sends me a first cut, and I'm like, yeah, this bit's funny, but it just is messing up the flow of the narrative, so let's cut it. It's a bummer because it's very funny, but whatever. At the end of the day, our commentary tracks are our main thing. You know what I mean? So, like, just because that bit doesn't make it to YouTube, it's still in the commentary track. So Here's a bit that didn't make it in. This is a very short little one, but somebody recommended it on Patreon, and I was like, you know what? That is pretty funny. Maybe you won't find it as funny as I do, but I feel like I've been repeating this bit to myself for months now. So this is a little bit about Mr. Professor Man.
Hey, Mr. Professor Man.
No!
Mr. Professor Man.
Mr. Professor Man. No way.
Oh,
Not
so
called
good.
Mr. Professor Man.
If that's the friend you met, I forgive you. Oh, you starting to get that Nolan spirit money, me?
Doing pretty good out there, Mr. Professor Man. Mr. Professor Man is
It's really good. It's really good.
so fucking stupid, but I love it. It'd be really funny if you don't find any of this funny or worth listening to full commentary tracks for. Total backfire. We'll see what happens. Now we're up to a big one, Wicked. Now, this is also interesting because Wicked will definitely get a highlight video in November when part 2 of Wicked comes out in theaters. We're going to do a commentary track at the drive-in so you can take us to the theater with you. It's going to be very fun. But I think I know where this video is going to start, like what part of the movie, and this is a bit that comes before that. So it may wind up making it into the highlight video, but if not, here's us trying and succeeding to beautifully hit a high note.
Wicked.
This is what we were trying to do before.
Fuck. Wicked.
Here we go, one more, boys. By the way,
Wow.
cut to black Wicked is what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Cut to like title card.
Yes, damn it. Now, this next Wicked bit is definitely going to make it into the highlight video, but I'm including it here anyway just because it's damn funny, and that video won't be out for months. So here's kind of a sneak peek at the highlight video.
Because I haven't seen the whole thing. I'm like putting the pieces together.
Ah, Shoebill Stork! Sorry, Shoebill Stork alert! Shoebill Stork alert, folks! What? You guys don't love Shoebill Storks?
What the fuck are you talking about?
My dad watching Nat Geo.
You're reading too much Nat Geo. Way too much.
Me at the Houston Zoo be like, Shoebill Stork alert!
Shoebill Stork. Have you seen the shoe? He's shaking a child.
I met a Shoebill Stork at the Houston Zoo.
Okay.
You are having a nervous.
Anyway,
Every time Miles says anything, Eric just comes out with
Shoebill Stork. Shoebill Stork.
and while we're on the subject of showman commentary tracks that will eventually get highlight videos, we do have Spirited. If you don't know this movie, it's a very fun, very showman, very Christmas musical from the guys that did Greatest Showman music, Pasek and Paul. And it's a super fun commentary track. Out of focus, unfortunately, because the autofocus focused on a haunted doll in the foreground. You'll see in just a moment. But this is a bit that is so fucking funny. It's one of the funniest things from the commentary track, but it might not make the highlight video because it's like, I don't know if it'll fit. It's like a little too involved. It requires the context of stuff that I don't know is worth including. So without further ado, probably my favorite bit from any of these clips that were suggested, Ma.
It's official. I'm a terrible person.
What the fuck is her name? I forget.
The actress.
That's Ma.
Yeah. Huh?
That's Ma.
That's Ma.
It's Ma. It's
Ma.
movie Ma.
From the movie Ma.
Doesn't she fuck all the kids? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Isn't that what that movie
here we
Oh.
go.
Can she see you right now?
Have we met?
Octavia Spencer, by the way. We called her Ma.
Yeah.
We got to give her her due.
Octavia Spencer.
She like didn't play Ma, by the way.
Ma.
Yes, she was. She was
Yeah,
Ma.
she was Ma.
100%.
She looks like she's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
shove Will Ferrell out the
100%.
window.
You can't picture her going, that gif? You know the gif? Come on. I guarantee, by the way, it's her #1 most watched movie on Letterboxd.
Ma.
No.
Spirited.
Oh, I was not even close
Yeah.
at all,
Dude,
by the way.
no way.
I don't think she was Ma.
Yes, she was.
She was
won an
Ma.
Oscar.
It's pretty far
Trust me,
down.
She was the
She
hit.
won an
Oh,
Oscar
that
for Ma.
I thought you were
Wait,
talking
no.
about Ma
She did
Rainey's
not
Black
win it.
Bottom
No.
Ma.
She won an Oscar for
By
Ma.
the way, so we've been saying, that's Ma. He goes, I thought you guys were misunderstanding her for being in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. As
She's
if we
also
would refer
Ma.
to that movie as Ma.
That's Ma. I've never heard of this other Ma.
You never know that.
Oh,
and then
my
I went,
God.
can't picture her going,
I was like,
You know,
I
like
guess
Ma
Ma
Rainey
Rainey.
did.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
I was like, I don't know the movie that well.
you'd be right if you were, yes, if we were thinking of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, definitely not Octavia Spencer, and we would have to stop the track.
Ma.
Ma!
This does look like Ma's house in the Mom movie.
in the Ma movie.
The Ma movie. At the Ma movie. At Ma was taken.
Ma was taken. by Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. At Ma goes to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, the movie Twitter. Unbelievable moment. And I'm glad that it exists here on YouTube if it doesn't make the highlight video. But that's part 2. That's the main idea of these videos going forward if we keep doing it. Again, I'm curious what you think. Should we keep doing it? Should we change it up? I don't know. Usually I polish these things a little bit more before putting them out, but I figured, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go loose and get this thing out there and get some feedback. I think, and thank you for bearing with me, that these will be a lot more condensed because I won't be explaining what this all is, and we'll just get straight from the list of commentary tracks that came out right into the funny clips. And speaking of funny clips, before we get to part 3, part 2.5, I'm going to mention, this might not become a part of this. Maybe it will. I don't know. But we do another segment on our Patreon that is available for free, by the way. You sign up as a free member, you get this every Wednesday, pretty much every Wednesday. It's called Press Pause. And long story short, I give a sync instruction at the beginning of the commentary track. Then we watch to that part in the movie that I gave sync instructions for, blah, blah, blah. I do have to cut something in the commentary track for the sync to work. Doesn't matter. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, who cares? That part that I cut out, sometimes something funny happens. Sometimes we have a funny conversation. Recently, Zach and I talked for like 15 minutes about the upcoming Epic Universe opening, and that is a segment called Press Pause. Starts with me saying press pause, and then we go on for a little bit. This is a very funny one that came out in the last 3 months. It's about a thing that I started doing on Instagram years ago that could have become like a whole bit, but I stopped doing it. And I still think it's very funny. It's called Tyler's Sound Effects by Request, and this is me showing it to Jake while we were recording the Recruit commentary tracks. But for now, press pause. I got something else for you real quick, too. I found that Instagram account, the sound effects account.
Oh.
You want to see? So this was my bit, and I think this could have gone somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler's Sound Effects by Request. So go through them, but hold it up to the mic so you can hear it.
That's Chewbacca.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to read what they are. You got to tell them.
Okay. This is footstep. What? Why are you walking like that? Oh, helicopter. Hang on.
Yeah, that's the one I did yesterday. You ready? The breath. You might as well do all of them. I did like 6.
Punch. Good one.
It's just like clipping.
Hitting
What's
the
left?
phone.
What's left?
Are you using a real microphone, or are you just using
I think just my phone. Yeah. Oh, this is good.
old timey? It's an old timey cash register.
2 more. I don't even know what they sound like. 2 more. No, I'm saying 2 more like.
Why is the gug so brutal?
I don't know. A zipper.
Zipper.
Not bad.
That was actually good.
But you know, like when you look up the sound effects, it plays 3 times. So I was like, yeah, you got to do it 3 times. All right, what's the last one?
The fact
What
that
is
you
it?
really dropped off with that second zip, you're like, this is a dog
A
barking.
dog barking. Growling dog. Like I said, I don't know if this will actually become a part of this, like including a press pause from the last 3 months in this video, because you can just go and watch it for free. Like, it's there. But that brings us to part 3 of this, which is, do you think any of the commentary tracks that I listed that probably won't get highlight videos, like Close Encounters, probably not getting a highlight video, Goosebumps, the Disney Plus show, it sucks. But do you think it should get a highlight video here on YouTube? I don't usually do this. Like I said, I like to keep things behind the curtain, but I'm curious about your feedback. Like, look, if we're doing stuff here on YouTube, I'm curious what you want to see. And maybe we'll be completely wrong, and there will be like a huge hit video that I didn't think should have been a video. So I leave it up to you. What do you think? Not guaranteeing that anything people request will become a highlight video. And also, speaking of requests, we don't take requests for commentary tracks, so I'm not asking for that. But I am very curious what you think, and thank you very much for watching this. I have no idea if I'll keep doing it. You tell me. It's also just kind of nice to pop in and say hi once in a while outside of the highlight video format. But let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. I mentioned the number of tracks we've done. I mentioned that you can join our Patreon for free. And I mentioned that we might call this thing In Case You Missed It. So we have like In Case You Missed It weekly in the email newsletter. This is like In Case You Missed It quarterly, maybe monthly. That feels like too much. But thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you over on the Patreon. And that's pretty much it.